Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Delivers and Dillon with a drive, high, deep to right center, gone. Three here in the fifth, and Gabriel Arias smokes one high in the air, deep left field, tie ball game.
Wow.
Since arriving with the A's, now he drives this to right field, way back. It's a grand slam for Jonah Heim. And just like that, it's a 3-run game.
And Devers has smashed another one. Where's this going to land? In the upper deck. Oh, my goodness.
Attack the job, shelled her up. He's been busy since the count. Holland scores again! Norway lead! The Northern Lights are shining!
The corner. Pickford punches away. The referee blows the full-time whistle. And the Lions roar in the Azteca. England through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
And with that, we welcome you into the Sam Bourquin Show. Everybody, AM 1310 WDPN. Welcome to the Monday edition of the show after the big 4th of July weekend. Whew, what a busy weekend. What a busy couple. Boy, did it go fast. Rainsburg, did it not just fly?
Yeah.
I remember we were here Thursday, and I said, you know what? It's going to be Monday before we know it. I said the same thing to Mark back in sales. I said, Thursday afternoon, you watch. I walked in today, he just laughed. He goes, you're right. I mean, it flew by. Thursday was like the unofficial start to the 4th of July holiday weekend. And then Friday, because a lot of folks were off. And then you actually had the Saturday the 4th. So it could be an all-day thing. Usually the 4th of July during the week, sometimes you maybe get a little later start because, it's the middle of the week and there's still some stuff going on. But Saturday on a 4th, you can just get in your car, take your boat up to the lake at 7 a.m., you whatever you got going on. And then the 4th comes and goes. And then there's like the day after. But since it's still the 4th of July holiday weekend, it wasn't like eerily quiet. There was still a lot of stuff kind of going on. Stuff that maybe got canceled on Friday because of the crazy weather in some areas. They had a rain date and they picked up and did it again on Sunday. Excuse me. And then, of course, Sunday night, still a lot of booms going off, right? A lot of people still firing off fireworks and stuff. So it was like a continuation, and then, boom, Monday's here. And it's like, man, where'd it go? Where did it all go? Well, we welcome you in, 1310 WDPN. Sam Bourquin here. Ryan Rainsburg is
Over here.
on the other side of the glass. We are thrilled that you have joined us today. A little bit more comfortable, right? I think we came on, it was, 82, 83? So we're out of the 90s. I think we get a little break on the humidity. So it feels pretty, honestly, it feels pretty comfortable outside. And it feels really comfortable in here.
Yeah, it feels good in here.
So we're making some progress. Now, I do know that it's going to heat up a little bit later.
Tomorrow
we're gonna jump up. Yeah, we're gonna jump up a little bit. But
I saw today the humidity was 90-something%.
Really?
And it's the same tomorrow.
Gosh, it doesn't feel like that at all to me.
Oh, I don't know that. I feel the humidity.
And I am Mr. I noticed the humidity quick.
89% humidity today.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Tonight.
Jeez, I must have adapted to it.
Tomorrow is 79%. Okay, it's cooled off a little bit since I looked this morning. The rain has shifted the story a little bit.
So the We're going to get the Guardians are off today, so we got time. But we'll get into the Guardians White Sox series that happened over the weekend. I remember somebody saying on Thursday that this was going to be a split. The White Sox were going to win 2. The Guardians were going to win 2. I remember. Oh, that was me on Thursday. So the Guards are still a game out of first place in the division. We just kind of added a couple of numbers to the total. Chicago 47-42. Guardians 47-44. And again, Guards off today. And we'll get into the LeBron watch. Is the LeBron watch starting to come to an end? Is it getting to the finish line? And it's just going to come out that he's coming back to the Cavs. Don't you feel? I sure feel that. I feel like the ducks are kind of in the row. The conversations have been had. The other teams have kind of indivisibly thrown the towel in. I think they know how this is going to end. No announcement yet. No tweet. No Instagram. No TikTok. No release. No nothing yet. But doesn't it sort of feel like it's going to be coming here soon? I do. But, hey, if something pops, we'll have it here on the show, 1310 WDPN, and, of course, all of our social media platforms. Tonight at 8 o'clock in Seattle, Washington, the World Cup continues. The round of 16. Team USA will take on Belgium. We are back at full strength. The red card has been rescinded. Team USA is full go, ready to go tonight in Seattle against Belgium. And the game will kick off at 8 o'clock. And Rainsburg, you'll appreciate this because we talk about this a lot, especially during basketball and football. When the World Cup says a game is going to start at 8 o'clock, it starts at 8 o'clock.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, there's no 8:12. There's no 8:15. They say 8 o'clock. That official puts his hand up, blows the whistle, and they start at 8 o'clock. So don't be late to the TV tonight. 8 o'clock. Game's going to be played in Seattle, so it'll be 5 o'clock. Still good. Probably hopefully it'll be a nice sunny day out west. And we'll see if the Americans can beat Belgium and move on to the next round. What a story this team has been. Maybe fitting that it was during the 250th celebration that the World Cup has been going on during the celebration here in America, and they've just plowed their way through the fact that it is on home soil, the World Cup this year. You know, I can recall not that long ago, just kind of watching the World Cup and just hoping we could score a goal. We have come a long way. We've come a long way. I don't watch a lot of, national soccer. I don't watch a lot of, MLS. I used to be a huge indoor soccer fan back in the day when it was like the hot thing. That kind of went away. But I've always tried to, watch the World Cup. Obviously, always rooting for the USA. But I can recall, my God, are we going to score a goal? This would be like in the first match. Can we score a goal? Never mind win. Could we just score? And then once in a while, we would get like a tie. And that felt like a win. And we just, years went by, World Cups would go by, decades would go by. And our talent just keep getting better. We got better players, better coaching, better everything. Look, and I'm not saying we've caught up to the likes of, Brazil and France, and I'm not saying that. But we have gotten a lot better. And, the proof was in the pudding. If you did something in the World Cup, you could say, okay, we're getting better. America's getting better in soccer. And then you get to the point where, okay, I'm not worried about us scoring a goal. Maybe we can win one or two. Oh, we got to play Germany. Oh, we're done. We got to play Brazil. Oh, we're done. Oh, we got to play England. Well, no chance. But we would watch and hope, and then ultimately we would be disappointed at the end. And we would have another exit from the World Cup. And we're like, oh, okay, well, we'll come back in 4 years. We'll try it again. All right.
Sounds like as a Cleveland sports fan, you were right at home.
Yeah. And then, like, we're getting a little bit better. You started, oh, that's the coach. Okay, I've heard of this. Okay, I've heard of this guy. Oh, I know this player. Okay. And it just seems like it's just kind of come together here. And we're on a nice run. I don't know what the experts said was going to happen with the World Cup, how many games the U.S. would win, who would get to the knockout round. I didn't know any of that. And here we are, a chance to play Belgium in a game where I think I looked at the line this morning and it said both teams were plus 160. So I'm not exactly, the gambling. I'm not even sure what that means.
How's that work?
But it says both were plus 160. I would have thought that probably, I mean, I would say now that the United States should be a favorite since we're back to full steam. But I don't know, like the betting line, the money line. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm gonna pull it up right now and see if it's changed. Maybe I misread the number or something. But I looked about 45 minutes ago, and both teams were plus 160.
Does that mean it's just a straight toss-up? Like there's no definitive...
Okay, so now Belgium is plus 190. The United States is plus 140.
Okay.
So the United States is favored by a little bit.
Yeah.
They're favored by a little bit.
The tiniest margin.
So we'll see. Now, earlier today, Portugal and Spain, the last I saw, there was no score in that match. Now, I'm trying to see, are they in overtime? Are they doing penalty kicks? What's going on here? Still no score. Okay, so apparently they are in overtime. Spain and Portugal. Belgium, United States tonight at 8. And then tomorrow, World Cup has Egypt against Argentina at noon, and then at 4, Colombia and Switzerland will play. Tomorrow, Argentina is a huge favorite over Egypt. I mean, that's almost like 3-1 odds. And then Switzerland and Colombia is a small favorite over Switzerland. But anyhow, this is kind of cool. This is neat that the U.S. has advanced this far, and the excitement is kind of building. And again, the fact that, we've got this on home soil. I mean, Seattle's going to be out of control tonight. Out of control. And hopefully we can win and keep on going. This will be awesome to, no guarantees in the knockout round. Everybody's good. Everybody's good at this point. But we'll see how the U.S. does tonight. Again, they are full go, full speed ahead. Red card rescinded by FIFA. U.S. flexing a little bit there. And we'll try it tonight. The match begins at 8. Phone lines are open 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. Don't forget you can watch and listen. You can comment on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open for you today, so we're open for business. You can also text the show 330-944-5179. Got some congratulations we want to throw out before we take our first break. 3 All-Stars from the Cleveland Guardians, Parker Messick, Travis Bazzana, And Chase DeLauder will be going to Philadelphia to represent the Guardians and the American League, so congratulations. And former Jackson Polar Bear, Ohio State Buckeye, and now Detroit Tiger, Dillon Dingler. He is an all-star. He will be going to Philadelphia to represent the Tigers and the American League. He'll also be representing Stark County. Congratulations, Dillon Dingler, for making the all-star team in 2026. That has been a very cool story to follow. Well, I was going to say recently, but heck, getting to the big leagues, that's a great story. And doing what he's doing, smashing balls over the fence, that's a great story. For us here in Stark County, for Dillon, his family. So congratulations, Dillon Dingler, headed to the All-Star game. Just a reminder, Matt Underwood, the Cleveland Guardians television play-by-play voice, will be joining us tomorrow afternoon at 4:35 as we get you ready for the Guardians and the Twins the next couple of days. And also, we got a new head baseball coach in the area. Well, not new to the area, just a new school. Fairless has hired Craig Whitaker to be their new head baseball coach as he comes over from Perry. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got our poll question of the day. Phones are open, 330-821-1310. The Sam Bourquin Show will continue in just a moment.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Looking for a fresh way to explore downtown Canton? The new Canton Art Walk takes you beyond the artwork and into the stories that shaped our city. Discover colorful murals, public sculptures, local history, and the creative spirit, transforming downtown into an open-air gallery. Whether you're a lifelong resident or a first-time visitor, you'll see Canton in a whole new way. Presented by Arts and Stark and Visit Canton. Guided tours begin in July. Reserve your spot today at CantonArtWalk.com. That's CantonArtWalk.com. Discover the art, uncover the stories, experience Canton.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit OutdoorStewards.org.
This morning when the sun was gone.
1310 WDPN. We welcome you back to the Sam Bourquin Show. A couple of minutes before we get you to the bottom of the hour. Clint Marshall standing by with all your latest news on the local front. Of course, we'll get the weather from Mark Johnson from 3 News. Boy, what a wild weather weekend. But I will say this, in Rainsburg, you're in this area, and sometimes the difference between Alliance and Canton can be huge as far as weather's concerned. And I would say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in my neck of the woods, we had more threatening skies and thunder, but nothing ever happened. We got a little bit of rain, just a little bit of rain. But we didn't get the crazy wind. We didn't get the downpours that a lot of the folks did around our area. I mean, some places just... Now, our power, Our power did go out Thursday night. Or was it Friday night?
I had
Thursday night. Power went out Thursday night.
Oh, that's funny because I was in North Canton on Friday night and Saturday night, and Friday night got absolutely hammered with rain and wind, and the power went out for a few seconds twice.
But it stayed on though.
Yeah, it came back on right away. It wasn't out for more than like a
so
few seconds.
You weren't that far away from me, probably.
No, I don't think so because I was just up by near the strip.
Yeah, 15 minutes if that. Probably
Portage
12, 13.
Like
yeah,
just off of his road.
But we lost power, and it was out from I'm going to say about 9:15 at night. I think it came on about 5:30 in the morning. But we were without, and you got to remember, it was still very humid. So obviously, we lost our, like a lot of you lost your, your air conditioning and obviously all the other stuff. But we didn't really get crushed. I mean, a lot of places, oh my God, my heart goes out. A lot of places, just a terrible flooding and, power outages still. And that was crazy. Quick baseball update before we get you to our news. I'm not sure why there's games this afternoon, but on a Monday, but there is. Kansas City leading Philadelphia 8-1. That ball game is now in the top of the fourth inning. That's the only afternoon game. Everybody else plays tonight. As mentioned, the Guardians are off today. They will be in Minnesota coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And don't forget, we'll chat with Matt Underwood, play-by-play voice of the Guards on TV. He'll be joining us tomorrow afternoon at 4:35. So we will take a break. We got the news and weather coming up. More of the Sam Bourquin Show on a Monday following the big 4th of July holiday weekend right here on 1310 WDPN.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. Speaker Mike Johnson said Sunday the House will pass the Save America Act one more time through a budget reconciliation bill. The Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act requires individuals to provide a documentary proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote and to present photo ID before casting a ballot in federal elections. Johnson defended the House version as the backbone of the president's voting agenda, saying it focuses on the core components rather than other provisions, such as mail-in voting restrictions. The House has passed versions of the legislation multiple times, but the Senate has stalled action. OPEC Plus has agreed to a further increase in output targets from August. The oil-producing group agreed during an online meeting Sunday to increase quotas by 188,000 barrels per day, on top of increases in June and July. The 7 core members, which group OPEC and allied producers, including Russia, have hiked their output quotas from April through July by almost 800,000 barrels per day. The increases remain largely on paper because of the war on Iran, which closed the Strait of Hormuz to tanker traffic. OPEC Plus output fell to 33 million barrels per day in May from 42 million in February. It began to recover in June thanks to U.S. efforts to help the UAE and other nations export more oil, but is still below pre-war levels. Planned Parenthood Federation of America can receive hundreds of millions of dollars in Medicaid funding after a ban on Medicaid funding to the organization and similar groups expired without congressional action. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act passed last July included a 1-year prohibition on Medicaid payments to nonprofits who provide abortions and took in more than $800,000 in such payments in 2023. Ban was initially blocked by the courts, but an appeals court later restored it. Members of Congress failed to reach an agreement by the time it expired. As Americans celebrated 250 years of independence, Iran began the days-long funeral for the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Thousands of mourners gathered in Tehran Saturday. Khamenei, who headed the Islamic regime since 1989, died February 28th in a joint U.S.-Israeli airstrike. Pro-regime demonstrators carried signs calling for the end of the USA and urging "Kill Trump." The crowd also chanted "Death to Israel" and "Death to America." Today, mourners again gathered in Tehran ahead of the funeral procession that will transport Khamenei's body to cities in Iran and Iraq. The alleged shooter in Germany that left 6 people dead reportedly escaped prison in Turkey after being accused of sexual assault. German daily Bild reports the man accused of shooting at a facility which housed vulnerable mothers and their children in Stade, was imprisoned in 2021, facing trial for multiple crimes. While awaiting trial, he escaped from prison and is wanted by Turkish authorities. While on the run, the German national also alleged to have committed sexual assault against his own daughter. Authorities have so far downplayed the idea there was any political or religious motivation behind the shooting last week, with police saying it was likely spurred by a custody dispute between the suspect and his child's mother, who was staying in the facility with her daughter at the time. 81 degrees at 3:33. For WDPN News, I'm Clint Marshall.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Another rainy afternoon with scattered showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two rumbling by. In between the showers, you get maybe a peak of sunshine, a high of 81 degrees. Overnight, isolated showers, a rumble of thunder, our low in the mid-60s. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Sam Bourquin Show poll question today. Kind of like a little review weekend of your weekend for you. What was the best thing about your 4th of July holiday weekend? What was the best thing? Friends, food, family, fireworks. I think I just did alliteration there. 4 of them. What was your best part of your weekend? What did you enjoy the most? Did you get away for a couple days? Did you get to the beach? Did you check a couple fireworks displays out? Did you have a cookout? Did you have friend and family over? What would you do this weekend? What's your favorite part of your 4th of July holiday? That's our poll question that I get your comments in. Q92 Radio YouTube channel. You can get them in as well on the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. Jim says, being with my grandkids, awesome over the weekend. Ron, my neighborhood fireworks display was spectacular, and so were the beers. Ray said family time was great. Randy, time with friends and family, well spent. Brian Christian says, I don't know, man. I was working. George says, watching all the 4th of July shows on TV. Eric Harkins. Eric, thanks for listening in and tuning in. Friends and family time for him. Mike says the best thing for him was being in southern West Virginia over the weekend. Pam says, Sam, I was at the Guardians games. Even with dodging the storms, that was a great part of the weekend. Lori says, family and friends. Beth Collier-Billman checking in says, family, exclamation point. Derek Dimmitt, how you doing, partner? He says, good eats and good family time for him. Let's see here. Rich says the best part about it was the 3-day weekend. That's our poll question. A little fun one today. Nothing serious. What was your favorite part of your holiday weekend? Let us know, and we'll spread the good news during the show here on 1310 WDPN.
We got a text from Sal. It says, Sam, gambling on the World Cup is a lot of fun. And then he put ... a lot of fun.
Oh, Sal, I hope you're doing it. I hope you're doing it, man. The World Cup is tricky to bet just in the sense of sometimes the odds are so expensive. Like when you're betting laying 350 to win 1 and you're betting 4 to win 1, you got to be able to sweat it out. That's the thing. World Cup soccer it's a long process. Like you got to sweat out 2 45-minute halves. How many times have we gone into overtime? How many times have we gone to penalty kicks? How many times have we gone like to the golden goal? You got to sweat. If you were laying big odds, you are on the edge of your seat. Now, if you know soccer and you're familiar with a lot of the countries and how they play, do they attack? Do they sit back? Do they fast break? Do they try to wait for you to come in and trap you and score, in transition? If you're up on that and you know the team styles, That can give you a leg up. But the odds are so... Oh, there is no such thing as an easy soccer bet. Now, Paraguay, United States, you would say, oh, come on, that was easy. It was 4-1 USA. Or you could say tomorrow's match that I just mentioned, and of course I forgot what it was already, Egypt and somebody else. It's almost like 4-1 odds. So the odds makers are telling you, hey, man, there's no way so-and-so is going to win that match. Like Argentina, Egypt. There's no way in the world. Okay, so you want to bet Argentina to win? Fine. You got to put up an ungodly amount of money just to win a little bit back. Now, should they win? Yeah. Will they win? Probably. But, if they don't, you are taking a huge risk. And those are the tough ones. You just have to be careful. But Sal, I'm glad you're doing well. Portugal, Spain still playing 0-0. United States, Belgium, 8:00 tonight. USA plus 140, Belgium plus 190. I mean, I guess you got to go with the U.S. there, right? You're catching a little bit, plus 140. You're back to full strength. Belgium's request was denied a couple of hours ago. If you have not been with us or listening or watching the World Cup, USA got a player got a red card last match, and red card is you're immediately disqualified from that game, and then you're out for the next game. Well, we had a little intervention from higher ups in the United States, and that red card has been rescinded. FIFA changed their mind.
Oh, really?
So we have our player back. We're full go. So then Belgium says, whoa, wait a minute. How the heck did this happen? No. So they put a request in to challenge it, and it was denied. FIFA denied it. So we got our guys back. We're ready to go tonight, 8:00.
Well, it's funny because I saw there was a national pizza chain that offered to give away a bunch of free pizzas if any red cards happened, I think. So I wonder if
yes.
I wonder how that shook out if they rescinded it.
Well, when was that match? Was that Wednesday or Thursday?
I think so. I remember we talked about it one of those days.
Let me see. I can go back here and check real quick.
That would be funny if a bunch of people got free pizzas and then they rescinded it.
Well, yeah, because pizzas, the pizzas have been cooked and eaten, so it's what are you going to do now?
Can't get it back.
All right, so was this Friday night? Let me see. Jesus. When did they play last? Was it Tuesday?
Jeez.
Tuesday or Wednesday? I mean, how much far back do I got to go here for this? Wednesday? Who played on Wednesday? England, Congo, Belgium, Senegal. Okay, finally. So they played Wednesday, and it beat Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0. So that said, fast food or a pizza chain. Oh, yeah. That pizza's been cooked, delivered, picked up, eaten, and you know what else? By now. So sorry about your luck, Domino's. You're on the short end of that one. But look here. Look, we just brought their name up, right?
Yeah.
So it's working. They got the publicity out of it.
I hope they sue FIFA for losses and damages. Look, you know how much money we wasted on free pizza?
Well, you know what? That'll learn them. That'll learn them. That is, what are the odds? I wonder what the odds are just before a match that one side or another is going to get a red card.
Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty slim chance if they would put up that deal for it.
That's a serious offense. Like I said, as soon as you get the red card, you're out of that game.
Right.
And then you are out of the next game altogether. That's That's a penalty, man. That is a big penalty. But so our guy's he's in the clear here, and I'm glad to see that. Now, can they beat Belgium tonight? We'll see. Look, you know what else I like about the World Cup? It's only every 4 years, so there's buildup. It's not like in your face like the Olympics now. Remember, you used to have like the Winter Olympics. Or let's just say the Winter Olympics were in 1980. Then the Summer Games would be in 84. Now they're alternating. So like the Winter Games are in 80, Summer Games 82. And then you start over again. The World Cup, it's 4 full years in between. And it kind of like, you kind of miss it when it's over because, especially when you get it on home soil. I mean, you're paying a lot more attention. The time zone is good for us. You know what I mean? There's no 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours ahead, behind, whatever. You know what's going on. You're kind of following all the matches. And then, when the U.S. plays, you're like, okay, let's hunker down and let's watch this. But I like it because it's you look forward to it. It's like a little festival of a couple of weeks, and then it all culminates in the big one, the big championship game, World Cup, and then you're like, oh man, kind of sad because like it's a part of your life for about 2.5, 3 weeks. You're checking scores, you're watching the games, you're following, and all of a sudden now you don't have to do that. It's gone. You're like, all right, World Cup. Oh, wait a minute. It's going to be another 4 years before we see this again. So that's to me, that's what makes it special. Because it gives you time to look back, and it gives you a lot of time to miss it, and it gives you a lot of time to want it to be back. And I think that's pretty cool. What Rainsburg, how much of the World Cup do you think you have watched? None?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't watched.
You haven't watched any?
No. Sorry. Did you think I was watching?
Well, because you get Fox, don't you?
I don't have cable.
I thought you got that on your. What do you have? Hulu?
Yeah, I don't have Hulu anymore.
See, I can't keep up with.
No.
I can't keep up with what Rainsburg has at home.
No, I'm always kind of because I just kind of grab what subscription I need here and there anymore for like, oh, there's a new season of this on here. I'll get this for a month, cheaper that way.
Ah, I know a guy that has a. So, I wonder. Like the ratings have been off the charts. I saw a number the other day. Like this has been the most watched World Cup ever. And we still have a lot of big matches to go. Then I wondered if like the US would have been knocked out early or didn't make it to the knockout round, what it would have been like if people said, oh crap, USA's out, I'm done. So I'm sure them staying in it has helped the numbers in the United States.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now outside of the U.S., I'm sure they're still locked in all the time. But I wonder if the U.S. staying in has helped the numbers, and I'd be willing to bet. But the viewing numbers have been off the charts. They have been absolutely off the charts. And I don't know what to expect tonight as far as the Nielsen rating is concerned, but I bet you. With an 8 o'clock start, I think tonight's numbers are going to go through the roof. They're going to go through the roof.
Yeah, I imagine just because it's taking place in the U.S. this year, we probably would have had better viewing numbers in the U.S. no matter what, just because a lot of people would be curious to see, like, oh, hey, they're playing in the city right by me. That's pretty cool. Like, yeah, curiosity of like, oh, they're playing soccer in my favorite stadium. That's cool.
Yeah, and the cool thing is when you host the World Cup, it's spread out all over the country. Right. So we've had games in Philly, New England, Los Angeles, Seattle, Dallas, Fort Worth, Miami. It's been everywhere. So it truly is like an American, like everybody somewhere is close to a World Cup venue at the end of the day. Somebody out there you're going to know is right in the epicenter of said World Cup matches that night or that weekend. So I think that helps kind of spark interest, generate a little bit of interest. And I can't wait for I'm talking about soccer. I can't wait for tonight at 8:00. I'm going to be glued in from the get-go. And I'll be in there until she's over. I mean, why do I have the feeling, boy, just soccer matches, when games go into overtime, you just don't know. You just don't know.
I feel I could say the same thing about baseball.
As in,
like they could just go. That game could go forever, right?
Well, no, baseball games. Remember,
do they tie?
No, but they've changed the rules now.
Oh, really?
To where they did this a couple years ago. They started in the 10th inning. You get a ghost runner at second base to start the inning, and that has made games go a lot quicker. Like you see a lot of games ending in 10 innings. As in the past, they would go 12, 15, 16, 17. They go on forever. That's why they put this rule in. Say, hey, no more 4, 5, 6 hour games. Let's kind of speed it up a little bit. So yeah, you don't see those like you used to. But soccer goes so quick. Like a soccer match is usually between 2 hours and 2 hours and 10 minutes. You play a 45-minute half. You take a halftime break. You play another 45 minutes. And then if there's like injury time, hydration break time, that's added. So you keep playing until that's over. And then if it's still tied, then you go into overtime. And then I think you play another overtime if that doesn't work. And then you go to penalty kicks. And then you line up and guys take a shot at the goal, and whoever gets 3 out of 5 or 4 out of or whatever, then they win the match. So, but just the whole overtime thing, sudden death overtime, you'll be on the edge of your seat. I promise you that. I think this is a pretty even match tonight. I do. I love the fact that we're full strength. Now, this would play against us too, because Belgium feels like they got screwed, right? So they're going to come out with a little bit more energy, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, call it whatever you want. And people have been throwing their opinions around out there because of the political thing of everything. At the end of the day, that red card should never have been given. It should have never been given. That was not a red card accessible penalty. So the wrong got righted, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw somebody call it the worst call in sporting history.
And if you do a little bit of research on the official that put up the red card, got some questionable calls in his past refereeing World Cup matches. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. The wrong got righted. That's all. Should not have been a red card. Now it isn't. Now we're full strength. Now we move on. 1310 WDPN. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. We're going to step out 330-821-13. Talking the World Cup today. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll get in a little bit to the Guardians White Sox over the weekend. We played 4 games. We had a massive rain delay. We had a warning track delay. And we ended right where we started. 4 games, 2 wins for them, 2 wins for us. And the Guardians are still a game out of first place at 47 and 44. We'll break. We'll come back. We'll dissect the Chicago-Cleveland baseball over the weekend. Next on 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it.
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
$1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. 330-821-1310. 330-821-1310. All right, I just got a text here. I trust the source. Source, if you're out there, get back to me. Because I don't want to say anything yet. No, this has nothing to do with LeBron. So everybody calm down.
This isn't even sports related.
This isn't even sports related. But it is related to, let's just say, Hall of Fame festival activities. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to say anything until I get 100% confirmation. And I'll work on that during the break coming up. All right. Sam, draining the hot tub and wiping it down and filling it back up while listening to you on 1310 WDPN. Says, I turned the heat down in summer to 95, and it's like a very warm bath, but very comfortable.
Nice.
All right. Good hot tub weather. Not this minute, but at night. Although people, like when we go out, we've been to Vegas the last, let's say we've probably been there 3 times, maybe the last 8 years or so. And because of the time of the year that we go, because I don't want to go during football season, obviously. So we go the week before. And we're going to be going out August 10th through the 16th coming up. And every year that we've been out there, it's been between 112, 118 degrees. And I've been in a hot tub in the middle of the day because there's no humidity. It's the weirdest thing. Because you think, why on earth would you go sit in a hot tub outside in the sun when it's 118 degrees? You don't even notice it. As crazy as that is. But I'm a little surprised at this information that I'm getting about one of the events at the Hall of Fame festival. Going to do some research on that for you. Hopefully I have an answer when we get back after the 4 o'clock break, which is coming up. All right, so the Guardians and White Sox split their series. Guards took the first 2, Thursday, Friday, and then the White Sox come back and win Saturday, Sunday. These teams play the most entertaining games. They're always one-run games. They always seem to go down to the last inning. The bullpens get used. Sometimes they get taxed. Just because a team is up early does not mean that's going to be the team that wins the game. And we're right back where we started. Right? Right back where we started. White Sox, first place by a game. Guardians behind them by 1. Chicago 47-42. Guards 47-44. So we've played 2 more games than Chicago. And I believe off the top of my head, we play them 2 more times. And I think one is going to be in Cleveland, and I think the other set will be in Chicago. Now, Minnesota's only 4 out. So at this point, can't sleep on them. Detroit, 7.5 out. I'm not giving up on Detroit yet. I'm just not. Can't. Just can't. So I think it's kind of wide open. But my question to you is, as we get to the break, what did you learn about the Guardians this weekend in splitting that series with Chicago? What did you learn about some of our rookies? Did you learn anything about Stephen Vogt? How about our starting pitching, our bullpen? You know, when you play a 4-game series that's in the division, those are huge. Those are big series. That's why the Guardians have been able to win the division the last couple of years, because their record in the division has been so good. But to come out of there with the split, it's like, you want to be excited, but then you're like, so, you know what, ties are, they are what they are. Nobody wins, nobody loses. You just get 4 games off the schedule. So now the Guardians are 91 games into 162. All-Star break is getting close. And then usually by 2 weeks or so after the All-Star break, because now you're pushing August, you got a pretty good idea of what you got, what you need, and what you need to go get. Those are the conversations that I'm looking forward to having. What do they need to go get, and will they do it? History tells us they won't. But every once in a while, we get surprised. News and weather coming up next right here on 1310 WDPN.
Keeping Alliance entertained and informed for over a half a century. AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. An oil glut replacing oil shortages could lower gasoline prices. The U.S. has been removing mines from the southern route of the Strait of Hormuz. More tankers passing through, says ABC News contributor, former State Department official Steve Gagnier.
We could get down into the 60s on a barrel of oil because of this glut. So the Iranian ability to influence this negotiation is going to decrease. We'll see if that makes a difference at the negotiation table.
President Trump heads to a NATO summit in Turkey later today, where Ukraine President Zelensky is expected to ask alliance members for more interceptor missiles. FIFA's judicial bodies are independent. They operate autonomously, says the head of soccer's governing body in a statement, essentially denying he had any influence over the decision to reverse a red card suspension so the top U.S. scorer can play in tonight's game against Belgium. Many flood watches are in the East. This is ABC News.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first, but when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. Flood watch in effect through 11 this evening for much of northeast Ohio. The National Weather Service says heavy rain and thunderstorms could produce flash flooding in the counties of Stark, Carroll, Columbiana, Mahoning, Portage, and Summit. Shooting in Wayne County Sunday night left 4 people dead. Sheriff Tom Ballinger said gunfire broke out just after 9:30 when officers arrived at Chippewa Trail. Redmond Police Sergeant Scott Reese was killed. 3 other law enforcement officers, including a sheriff's canine, were wounded. The suspect and 2 other people were discovered dead inside a home. Wayne County Coroner Dr. Amy Jolliffe says the victims were 38-year-old Brandon Fazekas, 43-year-old Christine McWilliams, and her 13-year-old daughter McKinley. Fazekas reportedly shot himself after killing the woman and girl. The Ohio BCI is investigating. Canton man under a $1 million bond as court proceedings move forward in a 4th of July shooting case. 24-year-old Darius Leishman charged with felonious assault after police accused him of firing a gun into the air. A bullet later pierced a home on 20th Street Northeast and struck a 46-year-old woman as she was sleeping. She was taken to Waltman Hospital where she remains in critical condition. A status conference is set for Thursday. Man facing charges after an incident Saturday in Lake Township, 58-year-old Brian Riffle of Hartville, charged with aggravated menacing and inducing panic. Uniontown police say Riffle pointed a BB gun with a laser without an orange tip, causing others in his yard to believe they were in danger. He was arrested the same day. Riffle's arraignment set for tomorrow in Canton Municipal Court. Alliance City Council expected to consider an 18-month moratorium on data centers when it meets tonight. The proposal would temporarily halt new permits while city officials review local impacts and regulations. Council will also review state and local grant applications, including East Main Street resurfacing and other transportation projects, along with funding for a new street department truck. Other items include a $550,000 cemetery mausoleum repair contract, a more than $630,000 community development block grant plan, and a residency waiver for the safety service director. Canton City Council considering a nearly $200,000 study to determine whether the city's utility rates are fair and equitable. The proposal follows February rate increases that raised sewer bills 15%, water rates 13.5%, and sanitation fees nearly 3%. City officials say Canton's rates still run below state averages, but some council members and residents question whether the system is fair, especially for fixed-income customers and out-of-city users facing higher surcharges. Repository reports the study would review rate structures, industrial fees, and outdated practices. Canton City Schools and the city are moving forward with a proposed land swap aimed at saving money and encouraging new housing development. Under the agreement, the school district would transfer 5 unused properties to the city, including the former Fairmount, Compton, Schreiber, and Duber elementary schools, along with Bristolletti Field. In exchange, the city would vacate and transfer a section of 17th Street Northwest near McKinley High School to improve traffic flow and student safety. The proposal requires approval from City Council and the Board of Education. Fire officials say a hazmat situation in Lawrence Township was brought under control Saturday morning. Officials say the release of anhydrous ammonia from an agricultural tank on Sousa Street was stopped with no reported injuries and no further risk to the public. Stark County hazmat team remained on scene monitoring air quality and conditions. Officials also used a drone to assist with overhead assessment. ODOT seeking public comment on a $1.4 million project to repair culverts in Stark, Portage, Summit, and Trumbull counties. The project includes work over an unnamed tributary of the East Branch of the Nimishillen Creek along Route 62 in Nimishillen Township. It features pipe relining, channel cleanouts, and concrete repairs. Public comments will be accepted through July 31st. Construction planned for next year and will require temporary lane restrictions. A wrong-way driver overturned a highway patrol cruiser in a 3-vehicle crash Saturday night in East Liverpool. Troopers say a 61-year-old Pennsylvania man was driving west in the eastbound lanes of Route 30 When his vehicle hit a marked patrol car, troopers suffered minor injuries and helped the other driver, who was flown to a Pittsburgh hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The crash is under investigation. The Winona Fire Department responded Sunday afternoon to a house fire on Depot Road. Crews arrived just after 2:30 and reported heavy flames coming from the second story of the home. Firefighters stopped it from spreading with help from departments including Salem, Hanover, and Perry Townships, Latonia, and Lisbon. No injuries reported. There was no word of a damage estimate. A 5-year-old boy reported missing after flash flooding in Monroe County has been found dead. The sheriff's office says the child disappeared Sunday evening. Deputies, the volunteer fire department, and community volunteers launched an immediate search. The boy's body was discovered in a creek drainage area near State Route 78. Authorities have not released the child's identity. 81 degrees at 4:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
A warm and muggy Monday, a high near 81 degrees, some scattered showers and storms on and off through your afternoon, cloudy skies for the most part. Overnight, isolated rain and thunderstorms, our low 65. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Delivers and Deliner with a drive, high, deep to right center, gone. Here in the 5th, and Gabriel Arias smokes one high in the air, deep left field, tie ball game. Wow.
Since arriving with the A's, now he drives this to right field, way back. It's a grand slam for Jonah Heim, and just like that, it's a 3-run game.
And Devers has smashed another one. Where's this going to land? In the upper deck. Oh, my goodness.
Attack the job. Shelled her up. It's been busy since the count. Holland scores again. Norway lead. The Northern Lights are shining.
The corner. Pickford punches away. The referee blows the full-time whistle. And the Lions roar in the Azteca. England through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
(1310) WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Happy Monday. Hope your 4th of July weekend was awesome. A lot of fireworks, man. They were good everywhere. A lot of people shooting them off in their backyards. Of course, you had the big to-dos over at Silver Park. Here in Alliance, you had them in Maslin. You had them everywhere. Great job by all the people that put those off and put those shows together. And some of them get synced up with music, which kind of, helps a little bit, the patriotic part of it. So hats off to everybody for doing a great job there. And hope all of you had a great weekend. Welcome into the show, 1310 WDPN. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. You can get your comments in right now, the Q92 Facebook page. We got the chat open. You can jump in there. Let us know what's going on in your world. We're talking a little World Cup today. We got talked a little Guards and White Sox split that big series over the weekend. I was a little off on my attendance. I had kind of predicted we would do 120,000 over the 4-game series. We did about 111, which isn't bad. And you got to take into effect, Thursday night, it was so hot. So hot. And there was like 22,000. And then yesterday, day after the 4th, it was still a little bit humid. The weather was real crazy up in Cleveland. So they only had like 22 there yesterday. But Friday night, they had 34. Saturday night, they had 33. So still good crowds this weekend up at Progressive Field. Let's see here. Okay. I mentioned that I got a text from a very trusted source, and I wanted to confirm it, check on it. I've done so. Rainsburg, we are now officially ready for you to hit the breaking news. All right, breaking news. And for you that are fans of fireworks, this is not going to make you happy. It is not making me happy. Post by the Jackson Township Police Department. We are excited to share the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame Festival Balloon Classic schedule of events. This year's events will once again be held at Kent State Stark Campus, July 24th, 25th, and 26th. Please note that there will be no fireworks displayed this year. No fireworks at the Balloon Festival at Kent State Stark either night. Zip, nada, zilch, nothing. No fireworks. So it's going to be a drone show Friday night and Saturday night. Those will begin at 10 p.m. What are you feeling about that? I know I just put a question out over the weekend about our friends in North Canton. They did not do fireworks this year. They went with the drone show. It didn't go as well as maybe some had hoped.
That's so funny because I was in North Canton Saturday night, and they certainly made up for the lack of fireworks themselves by setting them off all over town.
Yeah. And if you're not familiar, North Canton did not do fireworks this year, and they went with a drone show, and it did not go well. It did not go well. And I'm not pulling that comment out of thin air. I'm pulling that comment out of over 200 plus comments I received the other day on my Facebook page. Because I just said, hey, North Canton friends, for next year, what would you prefer on the 4th of July, fireworks or a drone show? Go to my show page on Facebook, and you can check out the responses. I think it was from yesterday afternoon I posted it, and you can get a real flavor, a little feel of how people, what their thoughts are on the whole thing. And it went from the drone show was awful. It wasn't long enough. They weren't up high enough. You couldn't see them. To I'd rather have the drones because fireworks cause too much damage. They're too loud. This, that, and the other. And then there were folks that made strong cases, obviously, for fireworks. And there were folks that made the cases for the drone show. So I assume they're going to probably try it again next year and try to figure some things out. It's the first year that they had done it, so I'll give them a pass on that, trying to figure some things out. But at the end of the day, what is... When you think of 4th of July, obviously the first thing you should think of is America's birthday, right? Happy birthday to the United States of America. What's the next thing you think of when I say 4th of July? It's fireworks, right?
Loud noises and explosions.
Right. Fireworks. And how long have we been doing it? How long?
I think the Chinese invented fireworks in the early AD years. It's been a long time.
So you're making my point for me that fireworks have been an institution as a celebratory point of the 4th of July. When I say 4th of July, you say fireworks. And then you say cookout. Then you say, barbecue. You say whatever. First thing you should think of is Happy Birthday, America. The second thing is fireworks. And we're all entitled to our opinion. You have yours, I have mine. What is with all of a sudden now I feel like we're getting in this neighborhood of fireworks bad. Fireworks too noisy. Fireworks dangerous. Folks, they've been noisy and they've been dangerous before the beginning of time. Why all of a sudden now is there this surge of, maybe this isn't a good idea? Where is this coming from? Seriously, where is this coming from? Like, the drone thing is kind of cool. I almost feel like this is just one of those passé things that's going to be popular for a couple of years. And then we're going to be like, okay, can we have our fireworks back, please? That's probably where this is headed. But I almost feel by reading comments and listening to people that all of a sudden now fireworks has turned into bad.
We got Ryan Keller chiming in on YouTube. I'm with him. He says, what about fireworks with the drone show? That's how you should do it. Some of the videos from some of the drone and fireworks shows over the weekend were incredible.
My guess is cost.
Yeah, I could see that.
That would be my first guess.
I imagine it's probably a little bit more difficult to also organize the drone show with the explosions at the same time, because I'm sure there could be interference.
I don't think you would ever do them at the same time.
Oh.
It's one and then the other.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I don't think, no, that's a no-go.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm trying to remember last year, the last couple of years at the Balloon, did they not do a drone show at like 9:15, 9:30-ish, and then they did the fireworks at 10, or am I misremembering? Or did they just do the drone show on the Friday night, and did they set the fireworks off on Saturday night? Somebody reach out to me and kind of refresh my memory there, if you will.
That would make more sense than doing fireworks 2 nights in a row.
Well, they never did. They never did them 2 nights in a row. They only did them on Saturday. Fireworks were always on the second night of the Balloon Classic. So I'm trying to remember what the schedule was a year ago. But well, we'll see what happens. If you're just joining us, I just read a post by the Jackson Township Police Department, and that's about as official as we're going to get, right? I don't need any more clarification. They put out the release. There will be no fireworks at the Balloon Classic this year at Kent State Stark. Drone shows Friday night and Saturday night, and they will be at 10 p.m. So what do you think? 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. Also get your comments in the Q92 Radio YouTube channel, and we'll read those. No fireworks at the Balloon Classic this year at Kent State Stark. What are your thoughts? Let's see here. What fireworks? Oh, okay. We read that already. You think this is going to be like a thing moving forward now, that a lot of opportunities where we had fireworks displays during festivals or, big events, are the fireworks, are they trying to phase them out and just do drone shows now?
I don't know.
Look, I like a good drone show. But come on. You can't compare a drone show and a fireworks display. I'm sorry. It's not even negotiable. It's not even negotiable. Now, if you think that I'm crazy, then we're going to have a chat. And you are welcome to call in. You're welcome to text. Get your comments in the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're out of it. Even a fantastic drone show cannot hold a candle to a fantastic fireworks display. It just can't. Is this the road we're going to go down now?
Okay. Thank you, Keller. Keller texted me a Facebook video of a drone show and fireworks happening at the same time.
At the same time.
And it actually looks really cool because it's the America 250 logo, and that's static as it moves across the sky, and then there's just a bunch of fireworks behind it.
Okay, I'm just seeing it now.
How do you send it to you too?
Well, yeah, but we have to fight the Wi-Fi.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's really awesome. Now, again, cost, I'm sure. Like what I'm watching right now, I bet that wasn't cheap.
Well, I think as I understand it, I think drone shows I don't know if they're cheaper than fireworks or not. So I know those little drones aren't anything fancy. They're just cheap little plastic.
Well,
simple. I mean, it's just propellers with lights on them.
But just what we're watching right now, like it says the America 250.
Right.
How many drones do you think went into that 250? Several hundred, right?
Yeah.
At least.
Let's see. I'm going to try to see if I can find a price comparison.
So I'm sure the drone shows are a little bit more or less expensive. I don't know that for sure. But, man, there's another tradition now. Fireworks on the second night of the Balloon Classic are gone. Gone. What do you think? 330-821-1310. Get your messages in. We'll read them up. We'll take a break. We got news and weather coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Stay with us. More of the show. 1310 WDPN.
Looking for a fresh way to explore downtown Canton? The new Canton Art Walk takes you beyond the artwork and into the stories that shaped our city. Discover colorful murals, public sculptures, local history, and the creative spirit, transforming downtown into an open-air gallery. Whether you're a lifelong resident or a first-time visitor, you'll see Canton in a whole new way. Presented by Arts and Start and Visit Canton. Guided tours begin in July. Reserve your spot today at CantonArtWalk.com. That's CantonArtWalk.com. Discover the art, uncover the stories, experience Canton.
Mark your calendar for one of the area's favorite summer traditions. Join Copeland Oaks for a cruise around the lake on Sunday, July 26th. Gates open at 10 a.m. with classic vehicle registration until 1 p.m. Registration is just $5. Enjoy beautiful classic cars, free food, raffle baskets, and the 50-50 drawing in the beautiful lakeside setting. Don't miss the fun. Visit CopelandOaks.com for details. That's Cruise Around the Lake, Sunday, July 26th at Copeland Oaks in Sebring.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
1310 WDPN. Coming up in a couple of minutes, Sammy B's best bet at 4:29 in the local news and weather coming up. Getting your reaction now on the news that there will be no fireworks this year at Kent State Stark on the second night of the Balloon Classic. They're doing drone shows Friday night and Saturday night at 10. There will be no fireworks this year. So my next question would be, well, why? What went into the decision? Rainsburg did a little bit of investigating, and it looks like the drone shows might be just as expensive.
Yeah, they're more expensive, but you get to reuse them. That seems to be the consensus as to why people.
So I wonder why the move was made to go drone show Friday, Saturday night, and no fireworks. What was the reasoning behind that?
Wondering if people just wanted it. I don't know.
I can't believe that.
I don't know. Is there a council for that? How's that work?
I don't know.
Right.
Look, there's committees, there's I don't know like who made the final call. I don't know who was asked, who was petitioned. That I don't know. If anybody's got some information, send it this way. I'd appreciate it. Everybody gets a fair seat at the table, right? We're 50-50. But I'm just putting the news out there. That's all. All right, Sammy's best bet tonight. We are going to go back to the over/under card in Major League Baseball. We think we got one here tonight, and it is who do we got tonight, Rangeburg?
The Diamondbacks and.
Oh, that's right. I got a little late game tonight. Padres Diamondbacks in San Diego. 9:40 the first pitch tonight. The game will be at Petco Park in San Diego. The Padres are coming off a nice win last night over the Dodgers. That was the national game last night on NBC. So the Padres they're feeling good. They're coming home. Diamondbacks are a team that just always puts the ball in play. They got some guys with some pop, but they like to run. They like to do the little things. Padres need to make a run to get back in this thing. And I think tonight the over is ripe at 8.5. Sammy's best bet, Padres Diamondbacks, over 8.5 tonight in San Diego. That's our best bet of the night. We'll take a break. News and weather next, 1310 WDPN.
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. Mourners flooded into Iran's capital for a procession as part of the funeral of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Helicopter images aired on Iranian state television showed a massive crowd stretching from Tehran's Freedom Square for miles down a street of the same name. The crowd appeared larger than the one that turned out for the 2020 procession for General Qasem Soleimani, which drew over 1 million people. Those in attendance have been shouting death to America and death to Trump. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has demanded member states present clear plans to meet defense spending targets. His remarks come ahead of a two-day summit starting Tuesday in Turkey. 32 nations agreed last year to invest 5% of GDP on defense. Some still fail to meet the original 2% target. Rutte said European allies and Canada are expected to invest $258 billion more in defense in 2025. And this year, the country's weak economies mean the increases require increasing taxes or reshuffling resources from other areas. U.S. government plans to open a 528-bed holding center for migrant families and unaccompanied children awaiting removal. Last week, Immigration and Customs Enforcement signed a contract to build a facility next to a former military airbase that has become the nation's largest hub of deportation flights. ICE called the facility a staging facility. Prosecutors in Charlie Kirk's murder case seeking to convince a judge they have enough evidence to try the man accused of killing him. 5-day preliminary hearing that began today marks the most significant presentation of evidence in the case so far. It's also the first time Kirk's parents and widow will be in the courtroom with Tyler Robinson, 23-year-old charged with aggravated murder in the September assassination of Kirk at Utah Valley University. He has not yet entered a plea. The proceeding will resemble a trial, but with a lower standard of proof. Prosecutors plan to seek the death penalty. Russia launched a massive missile and drone attack on Ukraine, killing at least 22 people. 15 were killed Monday in Kyiv, 6 others in the wider region surrounding the capital. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky expected to address the issue at the NATO summit in Turkey this week. The attack follows a deadly strike on Kyiv Thursday. Ukraine's Air Force reports all 29 ballistic missiles hit their targets, underscoring gaps in their defense. 8 people, including 4 children, shot at New York City's Coney Island on the 4th of July. ABC News reported the shooting appeared to have occurred on a sidewalk. NBC News noted a gun was recovered at the scene. In Rochester, 7 people were shot, 1 person stabbed during the evening of the 4th. Police do not know if any of the victims were intentional targets. None of the injuries were considered life-threatening. 7 people shot early Sunday in Pensacola, Florida. WEAR-TV reported the victims include a 19-year-old killed, 6 others whose injuries were not life-threatening. There was a heavy police presence at the time of the shooting. 4 people shot in East Los Angeles, near where swarms of fans packed the streets for the England versus Mexico World Cup clash, won by England. Sheriff's deputies received reports of the shootings just after 9:30 Sunday night. 4 were hospitalized. The extent of their injuries remains unknown. The L.A. County Sheriff's Department said no fatalities were reported, no suspect has been arrested, and no motive identified. 81 degrees at 4:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast from Mark Johnson on AM 1310 WDPN.
Afternoon highs today in the lower 80s, still warm, still muggy, and still rainy. Scattered showers and storms on and off. Overnight, widely scattered showers and storms with a low of 65. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go? I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it. I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Eric Cargile's family has worked the same land for 5 generations.
Takes all we've got. Animals don't care if you get sick, and the nearest hospital is 50 miles away.
That changed when nurse practitioner John Hodges opened Rawls Family Medicine.
He keeps us going, all of us, and that's kept our farm and ranch alive.
How has a nurse impacted your life? Share your story at thepowerofnurses.org.
Welcome back, 1310 WDPN. Sam Bourquin Show. 330-821-1310. 330-821-1310. You can text as well. You can also get in on the Q92 radio YouTube channel. We got the chat wide open. You can get in there as well. Let's see. Sam, too many whiners about fireworks scaring their dogs, which I understand, but bring them inside. Or get them a calming vest. My dog slept through the neighborhood bangs and booms, and she's 4. It's a small part of the population that love to whine about the authorities about fireworks. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Go ahead and try back in.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, if you missed it, the release has been put out about the Balloon Classic at Kent State Stark this year. You know, the Friday night, Saturday night that we've all been going to for years for the Balloon Classic and the night glow and the food and the concerts and the fireworks and everything. No fireworks this year. Drone shows Friday night, drone show on Saturday night. No fireworks at the Balloon Classic this year at Kent State Stark. wondering, just curiosity in me, not even like the radio show host, like just the curiosity in me just kind of wants to know why. I'm all for change when it makes sense. This is what kind of stuck with me the last couple years. And I know there are some, maybe more than some, that would agree with me, some that would not. And again, a lot of this is weather related, and that's kind of out of everybody's hands. No, we don't control the weather. But how many times in the last several years have the balloons not gone up? And you get all these people to come out, park their cars, pay to park, haul their lawn chairs, walk a half a mile, get set, go around and buy all the food and the drinks and then the balloons don't go up. How many times has that happened over the years? And my thought was always, okay, this is kind of getting a little ridiculous and a little annoying. I understand the weather, the safety. I understand that. Don't question me there. I understand it. But you need to have a backup. Okay, so if the balloons aren't going to go up, we're going to entertain you with this. Fair question, right? That's a fair question. And to my knowledge, nothing was really done to address that. It's like, oh, well, the balloons are going up. Sorry. We'll try it again tomorrow. Meanwhile, you get tens of thousands of people that came to see the balloons go up, and now they're not going up. So what's there? What's there for them? You've spent money on food. You bought drinks. Maybe you've partaken in some of the other activities that are on the grounds. A lot for the kids. You know what I mean? Which is kind of the way it should be. But what about then what? So the balloons don't go up, now what? And it happens a lot. Again, unfortunate, and it's weather related. But again, why was there never a backup plan, an entertainment plan, just in case the balloons didn't go up? That, to me, was one of the things that should have been addressed. Like, look, if you get good weather, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. Those balloons go up 1 by 1, 2 by 2. They're all over. You can see them all over the city. Beautiful balloons, and then they come back down. Then you got the night glow, which is really awesome, especially if they're all going off at the same time. It's kind of been a time-long tradition at the balloon festival, but yet the balloons haven't gone up a lot lately. And there's, I think, between 4 and 5 opportunities for those balloons to go up, beginning Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, and then Sunday morning. So I think there's 5 times. There's 5 different times they can go up. And there's been weekends where they've never gone up at all. There's been weekends where they've gone up every time. There's been weekends where they've gone up twice. Again, weather related. I get it. But have a plan, have an entertainment plan in place if they don't go up.
Yeah, it's not like hot air balloons are a new technology.
Right.
We've known for a very long time that they're a generally unsafe way to get up into the air. You got to be very careful as to how you do that.
Right. And a lot of times the people don't understand, and I didn't early on, just because there's no wind where you're sitting or standing doesn't mean that there's no wind when you go several hundred feet up in the air.
Exactly.
It's a game changer. And you want the pilots to be safe. Everybody, obviously, I feel like I'm preaching common sense here.
You want to go up and come back down in the same place.
You want to be safe. You don't want to put anybody's life in danger. But at the same time, you have all these people that are coming from out of town, out of the state. Maybe it's the first time they've come to Canton for the festival. They're here for the balloons. They're here for the game. They're here for the enshrinement. They're here for the whole shebang. And you're asking people to go through a lot to the park. You know how the parking is, the traffic jams around Belden and Portage and Frank Road, right? You got to put a lot of effort into this. You got to plan. We've always parked over at the Target parking lot and picked up our chairs and our stuff, and we hoofed it over like a lot of people. But after you've eaten and you've had your beverages of choice and you've walked around the grounds and now you're ready for the balloons. Now they're not going up. Now what? What do? You can't expect people just to sit there for hours and no, you know what I mean? 330-821-1310. But again, no fireworks this year at Kent State Stark for the Balloon Classic. Drone show Friday night, drone show Saturday night. Your thoughts, your comments, get them in. Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat. You can also call 330-821-1310. You can text 330-944-5179.
Well, this whole drone versus firework thing is very fascinating.
Yes.
Because it's like there doesn't seem to be any major pros to drone shows over fireworks shows. In fact, it seems like fireworks shows are actually easier to still do despite inclement weather, whereas drone shows are more fickle and more expensive.
Yeah, fireworks you can pretty much, like, it's got to be a downpour.
Yeah.
Like, I've sat in fireworks displays, like hard rain, but they can still go up. They can still go. They can still go up. Matter of fact, we were at Disney about a month ago, and you know how it is in Florida, just out of nowhere, and everybody got drenched, soaked. The fireworks went up. It was just another night. But I want your thoughts on no fireworks and why. I don't know who. I'm sure somebody made the decision. And I'm just curious. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm curious why they made the move away from fireworks on that Saturday night and are doing a drone show Friday and Saturday. I'm just curious. And I'll go with whatever answer there is. That's an official answer. But I'm kind of curious. And I'm like, should I be worried that drone shows now are going to take over fireworks displays? Is that what we're doing here now?
I don't know. The more I read about it, the less likely that seems. Just because drone shows are more expensive.
Yeah. And look, they're cool. I've seen them. I've seen drone shows. Now, is there an ooh and an ah and a oh effect? Personally speaking, for me, no. Here's my reaction to the drone shows that I have seen in person. Oh, that's pretty cool. Next. Oh, that's okay. Never once did I go, oh, ooh, wow, hey. Not once. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying, don't try to tell me that a drone show is more exciting and more memorable and better than a fireworks display. Not even in the same neighborhood.
I can't sit here and pick which one is better because seeing the two of them at the same time is actually the penultimate of the two of them. Putting them together at the same time seems like where we should be heading with this.
If it's doable, I'm all for it. If it's, and what I mean by doable, I mean financially.
Right, exactly.
Now, fireworks, obviously the more fireworks you buy, the more expensive it's going to get. the bigger the gram, the bigger the repeater, the more expensive. But look, fireworks displays, as far as I know, over the decades in the United States of America, a lot of these big, huge shows, you're probably getting a little bit of a break, right? I know the city of Canton spent $40,000 on the fireworks show at the monument, and it was fantastic.
That sounds about right. That's on the low end for a major holiday city show.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mayor Scheer and the city of Canton, the people that put that on. They doubled their finances on the fireworks. Now, I'm sure there was maybe a grant or a corporate sponsor stepped up, and that's great too. A lot of things we couldn't do without the help of the corporate community. But they spent $40,000 on fireworks. Now, it was the 250 birthday. I get it. A little bigger, a little more important, but still.
Cool.
People loved it. They're still raving about it.
What if you could have your whole display be almost completely free if you just buy a few drones to have in the corner say, brought to you by this business?
Huh?
Right next to your fireworks show.
Huh? Rainsburg, you're all over it. Imagine getting a couple of drone formations together. Maybe one way over here on the left and way over here on the right. Tonight's fireworks brought to you by, sponsored by Company X. And that stays up there the whole time that the fireworks are going off. You can't buy better advertisement than that.
Nah.
Because guess what? Where are all the people looking? Up in the sky. Huh? And they see it the whole time.
I shouldn't have said that on the air. That's too good of an idea.
Yeah, those kind of ideas, don't keep those to yourself.
Man. Well,
keep those to yourself.
Let's flush that fortune down the toilet.
Because somebody already, I'm telling you right now, somebody has already made a call.
Yep.
To somebody about something somewhere about, I'm telling you. Brianne on Facebook, drone shows both nights. I like it. There are fireworks everywhere, often if you want to see them. Bryce, no point now in going on the second day if that's the case. Rich, bet that will cut way down on attendance this year. Patrick, kind of sucks. Will they still have the drone show? Patrick, we've already told you they're still going to have a drone show.
Scooter says, totally agree with Sam on the wow factor. Why can't they have both a drone show one night and fireworks the next? I'm with that.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they've been doing. Friday night drone show, Saturday night fireworks.
That makes sense. Then you get something cool both nights.
Vanessa facepalm. Antonio says, move it. We're a joke.
I'm sure now they probably own a bunch of drones. So now to just do a drone show instead of fireworks, they're probably saving a bunch of money this year.
I don't know, because you got to hire companies in to do that. You got to hire, like I know they have brought companies in from outside to do these drone shows, at least the ones that have been at the Balloon Classic the last couple of years.
Yeah, when you already own the drones,
but
I'm
see,
sure
I don't know
pretty cheap to just hire those people.
You own them. Well,
yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't know who owns the drones. I don't know how many.
It seems to be that most of the price for drone events is on the front end when you buy the drones. Everything after that, they kind of.
But like, who's in charge of the show?
That I mean, I'm sure you just hire a company.
There's got to be a formation.
Exactly.
There's got to be a theme. There's got to be music. There's got to be, you know what I mean? Because you just can't throw, okay, drones, go do your thing. There's got to be, like, a lot of time and thought goes into a drone show.
Oh, yeah. I would just say, like, the first year that you have the drone show costs way more than every preceding year because you don't have to pay for the drones themselves. You buy those outright, and then you just pay for the services to run them after that.
I just kind of wonder why this decision was made. And look, I accept the decision. Do I like the decision? No. Am I going to think twice now about going on the Saturday night? Probably. Because we've always gone both nights. We've gone Friday night left a little early, say like 9-ish, but with the full thought of, okay, well, we're coming back again Saturday. And we would go Saturday. We would set up camp on the grass, one of the hills there, outside of the fenced-in area. You know where I'm talking about down there. And we would have our chairs. We would, we'd go around and buy a bunch of food, sit there. We'd play cards. We'd chat with people around us, and we would be there for 4 or 5 hours. I can honestly tell you, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do that now. Because if I see a drone show Friday night, why? What's coercing me to go back a second night? Just throwing that out there. I want your thoughts. I want your opinions at 330-821-1310. Get your comments in the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. You can text 330-944-5179 or get your comments to me directly on the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. Comments are starting to roll in. Word is getting out. I posted it on my show page. The Jackson Police Department has put it out on Facebook and X. Let me just go ahead and reread the release. We're excited to share the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival Balloon Classic schedule of events. This year's event will be July 24th through the 26th at the Kent State Stark Campus. Please note, there will be no fireworks displays this year. Want your thoughts, want your comments. Let's go. 4:54 is our time. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more on 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Hi, human. I'm a micro monster swimming around in your plastic water bottle. But I can't wait to swim in your bloodstream soon.
Microplastics are micro monsters.
Drink me. Wait, what are you doing?
But you can fight back by using glass or metal reusable water bottles.
No!
Don't let microplastic micro monsters invade your body. Find more ways to fight back at stopmicromonsters.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Now everybody, have you heard?
1310 WDPN, welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Phones are open, 330-821-1310. Social media now blowing up. No fireworks this year at the Balloon Classic at Kent State Stark, part of the Hall of Fame festivities.
Scooter says, I wonder if any of the Jackson trustees or members of the committee have a relative or friend who owns the drones. Scooter, you might be asking the right question.
Scooter said it. We just repeat it.
I'm not saying Scooter's right, but that's what Scooter said.
Yeah, and what Scooter says, Scooter says. Just kind of want to get your opinion on this now. Am I making too much of it? Maybe. Maybe not.
I think at the least, it's probably a bit of a scummy move to save some money, I think.
Which normally, that's not the case. With those types of events.
Yeah.
Usually they have gone, the extra mile, so to speak, to make sure things were good, fun. But there was a decision made. I just want to, who made it? Why? And yeah, just let us know. Let me know. I just want to know, because especially coming off of what happened in North Canton for the 4th of July. And
the fact that it's the 250th anniversary, it's a weird year to pick no fireworks.
Yeah. And look, there are some people in North Canton that swore by the drone show. They didn't want any more fireworks. Oh, that's fine. I don't agree with it, but I respect your opinion. But then there were also a lot that said, what are we doing? It's the 4th of July. Fireworks, tradition, red, white, and blue, booms, lighting up the sky, the look on kids' faces. I mean, what are we doing?
Just send up a bunch of drones and then light off a bunch of M80s on the ground. That way, you still get the lights, you still get the booms.
I see a pattern here, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm just kind of wondering what went into the decision there. Now, North Canton, they got a lot of stuff going on there. They're building that new school. They may not have had the right place to set the fireworks. That's what I'm told. I also understand that they've had no money for fireworks. That's what I've been hearing. A lot of things in North Canton going on right now that to me don't make a whole lot of sense. Now, look, I'm in Plain Township, but I hear things. I'm in North Canton a lot. I know a lot of people there. A lot of stuff going on there. But I wonder if there will be enough backlash to where people in North Canton say, hey, we want our fireworks back. What are we doing? And I wonder if there will be backlash here, and if you will see an attendance drop at the Balloon Classic, especially on that Saturday night when people were accustomed to, for the last several decades, of one of the... Here's the other thing. This wasn't just, a fireworks display. This was the mother of fireworks displays. This was the fireworks at the Balloon Classic on Saturday night over the years have been one of the best displays that you will see in the country. And they've decided they don't want to do it. Drone show Friday night, drone show Saturday. Your thoughts, your comments, get them in 330-821-1310. Get them in on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Hit me up in the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook, on X, wherever you want to get a hold of us, we will be there. All right? We'll take a break. We got the news and weather coming up. One more big hour to go. 1310 WDPN.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. Jenny Rassicott, a former girlfriend, alleges that Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner, while they were dating 5 years ago, forced her into having sex without her consent after she repeatedly called for him to stop. That reported by Politico today. Plattner calls the allegation categorically false and also says, in his words, that he's taking the time to reflect on the best path forward. After heat, more heat, says ABC News forecaster Samara Theodore.
Things are really hot in the southeast. Some areas not quite as bad as we saw over the holiday weekend, but still pretty bad. 100 degrees is what it feel like in Tuscaloosa. But I'll leave you with some good news for those in the northeast. Things are really cooling down. UNDC on Wednesday will be around 83 degrees.
Flood watches from Virginia and North Carolina to Pittsburgh, Hartford, and New York City. President Trump heads to a NATO summit in Turkey today, where Ukraine's president is expected to ask alliance members for more interceptor missiles. This is ABC News.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. Heavy rain and thunderstorms could bring flash flooding across northeast Ohio today. Flood watch in effect through 11 this evening. Watch area includes Stark, Carroll, Columbiana, Mahoning, Portage, and Trumbull counties. 4 people died, including a Richmond police officer following a shooting Sunday night in Wayne County. Sheriff Tom Ballinger says officers responded to a shots fired call on Chippewa Trail around 9:30 and were immediately met with gunfire. Police Sergeant Scott Reese was killed. 3 other officers were wounded along with the sheriff's canine. The suspect was identified by Wayne County Coroner Dr. Amy Jolliffe as 38-year-old Brandon Fasikas. The other victims were 43-year-old Christine McWilliams and her 13-year-old daughter McKinley. The Ohio BCI is leading the investigation. Status conference set for Thursday in a Canton shooting case where a woman was critically injured during 4th of July celebrations. 24-year-old Darius Leishman charged with felonious assault. Police allege he fired a gun into the air, and a bullet later pierced a home on 20th Street Northeast. It struck a 46-year-old woman as she was sleeping. She remains in critical condition at Altman Hospital. Leishman being held on a $1 million bond. A Hartville man is due in court tomorrow for arraignment after an arrest following an alleged incident in Lake Township. Uniontown police say 58-year-old Brian Riffle was taken into custody after he allegedly pointed a BB gun with a laser and without an orange tip at others in his yard. They reportedly believe they were in danger. Court records show Riffle is charged with aggravated menacing and inducing panic. 18-month moratorium on data centers expected ahead tonight's Alliance City Council meeting. Proposal would temporarily halt new data center permits while city officials review local impacts and regulations. Also on the agenda, council will consider a more than $630,000 community development block grant plan, $550,000 contract for repairs to the city cemetery mausoleum, and funding for a new street department truck. Other items include state and local grant applications for East Main Street resurfacing and additional transportation projects, along with a residency waiver for the safety service director. Questions over fairness in Canton's utility rates prompting City Council to consider a nearly $200,000 outside study. Proposal follows February rate hikes that increase sewer bills 15%, water rates 13.5%, and sanitation fees nearly 3%. Proposed study would review rate structures, industrial surcharges, and outdated practices. Repository reports officials say Canton's overall rates remain below state averages. Some council members and residents raised concerns about equity. A major land swap between Canton City Schools and the city could be on the way to final approval. Under the proposed deal, the school district would transfer 5 unused properties to the city, including Fairmont, Compton, Schreiber, and Duber elementary schools, along with Rissoletti Field. In return, the city would hand over a section of 17th Street Northwest near McKinley High School to improve traffic flow and student safety. The plan still needs approval from both City Council and the Board of Education. Highway Patrol investigating what led to a wrong-way crash that overturned one of their cruisers in East Liverpool. Troopers say a 61-year-old Pennsylvania man was driving westbound in the eastbound lanes of Route 30 Saturday night when his vehicle struck a marked patrol vehicle, causing it to flip. The trooper has suffered minor injuries and helped the other driver, who was flown to a Pittsburgh hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Construction not expected to begin until next year, but ODOT already seeking public input on a $1.4 million culvert repair project in Stark, Summit, Portage, and Trumbull counties. Work includes a culvert over an unnamed tributary of the east branch of the Nimishillen Creek along Route 62 in Nimishillen Township. The project will feature pipe relining, channel cleanouts, and concrete repairs. Public comments will be accepted through July. No injuries reported after a Sunday afternoon house fire on Depot Road in Winona. Firefighters say everyone made it out of the home after the blaze broke out just after 2:30. Crews arrived, heavy fire showing from the second story. There's no word on a cause or damage estimate. Crews assisted at the scene by firefighters from Salem, Hanover, and Perry Townships, Latonia, and Lisbon. No injuries, no public threat being reported after a hazmat incident in Lawrence Township Saturday morning. Fire officials say an anhydrous ammonia leak from an agricultural tank on Sousa Street was stopped. The situation was under control. Crews also used a drone during the response to help assess conditions from above. Stark County hazmat team remained on scene, continuing air quality monitoring and safety checks. Warren police investigating a fatal pedestrian crash that happened Saturday night at Youngstown Road and Kenilworth Avenue Southeast. Police say a westbound car struck a person who was crossing Youngstown Road. First responders arrived on scene where the victim was pronounced dead. The name has not yet been released. 81 degrees at 5:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Another rainy afternoon with scattered showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two rumbling by. In between the showers, you get maybe a peak of sunshine, a high of 81 degrees. Overnight, isolated showers, a rumble of thunder, our low in the mid-60s. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Delivers and deliver with a drive. High, deep to right center. Gone. Here in the 5th. And Gabriel Arias smokes one high in the air. Deep left field. Tie ball game. Wow.
Since arriving with the A's. Now he drives this to right field. Way back. It's a grand slam for Jonah Heim. And just like that, it's a 3-run game.
And Devers has smashed another one. Where's this going to land? In the upper deck. Oh, my goodness.
Attack the job. Shelled her up. He's been busy since the count. Holland scores again. Norway lead. The Northern Lights are shining.
The corner. Pickford punches away. The referee blows the full-time whistle. And the Lions roar in the Azteca. England through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
Oh, the World Cup is heating up. USA, Belgium, 8 o'clock tonight in Seattle. As the knockout round continues. Go USA. Welcome in, hour 3 of the Sam Bourquin Show. Hope you are doing well. Thanks for coming in. 1310 WDPN. 330-821-1310 is our telephone number. Don't forget, you can watch and listen to the show every time we're on. 1310 WDPN Facebook, on the X page, Q92 Radio YouTube channel, Q92 Sports Facebook page, Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. Get your comments in, like, share, follow. Don't forget to subscribe if you're on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel.
The coolest thing about the Q92 Radio YouTube channel is that even if we're not live, you can watch the Sam Bourquin Show because every episode is on there.
That's true. You can go back and watch and listen wherever you want. You can start and stop whenever you want. You control it. So that's another great thing about it. If you can't listen or watch live, it's in the archives. Just go to YouTube, search Q92 Radio. Boom, there we are. Go back and listen anytime you want. And Rainsburg, I believe you can go back and listen to past sporting events.
Oh, yeah.
Past broadcast of high school football, basketball, Mount Union, football, basketball. It's all there. Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out.
Yeah, I think our YouTube channel goes back. It has all of last year, and I think a good chunk of the year before, and then everything that's before that we have on our SoundCloud page.
Yeah,
we have games from 2016 on our SoundCloud page.
Yeah, you may have. Let's see, 2016.
We should have, if we have everything on there, there should be stuff from 2014 and 15 and as well, I believe.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Q92 Radio YouTube channel, SoundCloud, it's all there. Love to have you. Love being with you every Monday through Friday, of course. 3 until 6 here on 1310 WDPN. Man, we had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Back in the saddle today. Hope all of you had a great 4th of July weekend. Hope you enjoyed food, family fun, fireworks in any order.
Hope you stayed out of the heat as best you could.
Yeah.
Because woo!
Are we good now for a little bit? Are we in the clear, or are we gonna fire up the humidity machine?
I
think
that temperature wise we're better. It's not going to go above 90 anytime soon, but it seems like humidity-wise, 80% tomorrow, 70% Wednesday, 67% Thursday. Okay, so 84% Friday.
So still going to be a little sticky.
Yeah, the humidity is not going anywhere.
But thank goodness we are done, at least temporarily, with the
Above
97, 98. Like no joke. It was a legit 98 degrees.
Yeah.
A couple of days last week. Throw on top of that whatever humidity it was, and we were at 106, 107 real feel for almost 3 days in a row. We had excessive heat warnings. We had, you know what it was like.
Yeah, I think Saturday when I drove from North Canton back to Alliance for a little bit, my car was reading 100 degrees the whole way.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just sweltering.
Now I'm looking at 86 tomorrow, 85 Thursday, 77 Friday.
Yep.
Looks like Friday's a pretty good chance that there's going to be a lot of rain.
Yeah, thunderstorms and lightning.
82 Saturday, Sunday 84. So this is kind of normal for this time of year.
Yeah, this
like
isn't
the
too bad.
80s, but we were cooking, man. We were cooking between 96 and 98 for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any more
of 107,
yeah,
108. That's when it's like, okay, come on. But again, this is, this time of the year, this is what but that was excessive heat for us.
Oh yeah, no, I saw people on the West Coast talking about how ungodly hot it was looking on the East Coast. And
right.
That's pretty much the opposite of how it's supposed to be.
Now, of course, our listening areas have changed for everybody with streaming. It used to be, I can't get so-and-so after dark because of the signal. Yeah. No, there's no excuse anymore. We're streaming. You can pick us up, not just us, anybody. You can pick anybody up, most everybody, from anywhere at any time via the stream. Doesn't matter if you're in California or Timbuktu.
Yeah, we love it when people come in and say they're listening from X Texas or X, California or Sal, always in Vegas.
Yeah, I can't tell you right now how many people are listening to this show right now and or watching it via the stream. You get people in Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Vegas, everywhere. But the signal part of it it doesn't. You can, if you want to listen, you can listen. Let's put it that way. Last hour we find out a release was put out that the 2026 Hall of Fame Festival Balloon Classic at Kent State Stark going to be a big change this year. No fireworks. No fireworks planned this year. They've instead decided to go with the drone show on Friday night and a drone show on Saturday night. No fireworks at the Balloon Classic at Kent State Stark on that Saturday night, which has kind of been a time-honored tradition for a long, long time. And the decision was made that there will be no fireworks this year. Will that keep you from going? Will you rethink? Especially if you go like us, we would go both nights. Excuse me, we would go Friday night and we would go Saturday night. Saturday we would go later. We would get there earlier and we would stay pretty much till the end. But a lot of people upset, a lot of people mad. No fireworks this year. Not happening. Drone shows Friday night and Saturday night at Kent State Stark. Your thoughts, your comments. How do you feel? You okay with it? Not that big of a deal? Are you a little let down that there will be no fireworks? Will you think about going now on that Saturday night if there's no big fireworks play to take in with your family, with your kids? Now look, I get it. I get it that the drone show is it's an up-and-comer. It's an up-and-coming thing. People like drone shows. I like them, I guess, if they're good and I can see them. But the ooh and the ah factor, is it the same as a incredibly put together fireworks display? Is it the same? Be honest. I'm not trying to talk you down one way or the other, but is it the same?
I'm now feeling like I've been completely swayed here. The two belong together, so now I can't imagine one without the other. Fireworks are starting to feel kind of empty without the drones, and the drones are starting to feel kind of empty without the fireworks. They're a match made in heaven. I'm going to die on that hill today, I guess.
Okay, so Rainsburg is in for both.
Yep. I think we need to combine the two and put this whole argument to bed.
I'm in for both if it's, well, it's not my money. If it's, well, no, here's the thing. If it's financially possible, then I'm all for a drone fireworks combo.
It sounds
I don't know what it costs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what a drone costs. I don't know what 1,500 drones cost. I don't know what it costs for a company to come in and put the show together. I do have a pretty good idea what it costs to put on a fireworks display. And it's real simple. The more fireworks, the bigger the repeater, the more the grams, the more it's going to cost you. It just depends how big you want to go. Do you want to go backyard display or do you want to go rock and blast? Right? And there's everything in between. Like Silver Park, great fireworks. Massillon, great fireworks. The monuments were fantastic. And I've run across some articles or some comments from people this afternoon. Oh, that's all the same. You've seen one firework, you've seen them all. Okay, well, you're out of your mind. They're not all the same.
No, they just always buy a lot of the same fireworks.
Right.
There's a lot of really cool fireworks out there. What are those? Have you seen the Chinese ladder ones?
No.
Where it's literally just a firework that goes straight up and builds a ladder shape with the sparks as it goes up.
Really?
It's so cool. I have to look up a video.
Well, I would love to see that.
Yeah, no, there's so many awesome Chinese fireworks that don't really get used in America because they'd have to be imported and it'd be really expensive.
Sure.
But so many Chinese fireworks are so cool. We got nothing over here compared to them.
I mean, fireworks are not all the same.
No, they're not.
Nobody can say, well, you've seen one, you've seen them all. No, you haven't.
No, because literally there's a randomness to them just by the fact that it's an explosion. You can't fully control that.
In the colors, the patterns, the graphics, the paeans, look, I've got a little bit of an insight to this because our son works at Phantom Fireworks and he does a lot there. He just finished working like 115 hours, like the last 6 days. I'm not kidding. But he was in the warehouse. He was on the floor. He'd done this for 2 years in a row now. Everybody, if you listen to this show or you've known me for a long time, we're big fireworks people. We go buy them and we have our own display. We shot them off last night. And so I got a little bit of an idea, cost, you know what I mean? And I know there's probably discounts given the more you buy. I'm just kind of guessing there a little bit. But if there's a way you could do the drones with the fireworks, count me in on that.
Me too.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, and I would love to get yours at 330-821-1310. There just isn't that factor.
Imagine how cool.
Ask the kids. Look at the kids' faces. What do they think? Moms and dads, what do your kids think when they see a fireworks display and they see a drone show? And I'm not talking infants up until 2 and 3 and 4 years old, because it's probably scares them to death because it's so loud.
Oh yeah,
right?
Definitely. Yeah, I would say it's probably 50-50 because I know my one nephew was terrified of fireworks and the other one couldn't stop looking at them and thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So it's very, very toss-uppy with kids.
Once you get over the boom.
Yeah. Pretty much all awesome from there once the boom gets. Once you realize you're not in actual danger. And it's just cool to look at.
I would just like to, and that's why I'm throwing this question out to you all. What do you prefer? What's better? What's more rewarding? Is it a very well done fireworks display or a very well done drone show? I'm not trying to bang on the drone people or the companies. What they do, some of the stuff that I've seen, especially on TV, like that they've done, like New Year's stuff in Vegas and DC and New York City, phenomenal. But at the end of the day, when I'm in person at an event, give me the fireworks all day long. What do you think? 330-821-1310. We're going to take a break, 25 minutes past the hour. Bourquin, why are you rambling about fireworks? Because there was a release put out a little bit over an hour ago that coming up this year at Kent State Stark for the Hall of Fame Balloon Classic, there will be no fireworks display. Fireworks are out. Drone shows Friday night and Saturday night, but no fireworks. Your thoughts, your comments when we get back. 1310 WDPN.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
I think we can all agree. Over the last few years, things have gotten weird.
Weird, confusing, and at times pretty scary.
And for our kids, these things can be overwhelmingly stressful.
And can increase the risk for mental health problems as they grow.
But there's so much hope.
Scientific research and real-life experience
tell us that the number one antidote to stress is authentic, trusted relationships.
So that's why I.
That's why we.
That's why I am committed to building and maintaining a trusted space.
For the students I influence every single day.
Until schools across the country
can proudly call ourselves a trusted space.
This is 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 a trusted space.
Access free films and resources to build trusted spaces in your schools and communities at atrustedspace.org.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them, epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation. Because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
$1310 WDPN, welcome back to the show. It is time for On This Day in Sports History. 1933, the first All-Star baseball game was held in Chicago. American League beat the National League 4-2. On this day in 1983, Freddie Lynn of the California Angels hit his first grand slam in an All-Star game. American League won 13-3. 1985, Martina Navratilova won her fourth consecutive Wimbledon singles title. On this day in 2010, it was reported that GM Place in Vancouver, British Columbia would be renamed Rogers Arena. Boy, slow day today. All right, on this day in sports history, Rainsburg, what was it, 1991? There was a change made with the Cleveland Indians. One manager was on his way out. A new one was in. And his name was Mike Hargrove. Let's go back in time.
For the managerial debut on Saturday night as he talks with Indian Alex Cole. Cleveland at home against Milwaukee as Hargrove replaced John McNamara, who was fired earlier in the day. Greg Swindell on the mound for the Indians would strike out 10 Brewers in 7 innings of work. He allowed just 2 hits and no walks in that span. Here he strikes out Franklin Stubbs in the top of the second. This game is scoreless until the bottom of the 6th when Carlos Baerga would single. This would score Chris James, and the Indians take a 1-0 lead against Brewers starter Jamie Navarro. Then Cleveland would add to the lead, still in the bottom of the 6th. This time it's Mark Whitten who would deliver this single to left field. And this would drive in Baerga, and the Indians put 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the 6th. Following a wild pitch, the Indians would have runners.
There you have it. Boy, that's a little bit longer than I thought. Mike Hargrove, the new manager of the Cleveland Indians, and I would say Grover had a pretty good run up in Cleveland, wouldn't you? All right, the news and weather is coming up next, 1310 WDPN.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. Speaker Mike Johnson said Sunday the House will pass the Save America Act one more time through a budget reconciliation bill. The Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act requires individuals to provide a documentary proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote and to present photo ID before casting a ballot in federal elections. Johnson defended the House version as the backbone of the president's voting agenda, saying it focuses on the core components rather than other provisions, such as mail-in voting restrictions. The House has passed versions of the legislation multiple times, but the Senate has stalled action. OPEC Plus has agreed to a further increase in output targets from August. The oil-producing group agreed during an online meeting Sunday to increase quotas by 188,000 barrels per day, on top of increases in June and July. The 7 core members, which group OPEC and allied producers, including Russia, have hiked their output quotas from April through July by almost 800,000 barrels per day. Increases remain largely on paper because of the war on Iran, which closed the Strait of Hormuz to tanker traffic. OPEC Plus output fell to 33 million barrels per day in May from 42 million in February, began to recover in June thanks to U.S. efforts to help the UAE and other nations export more oil, but is still below pre-war levels. Planned Parenthood Federation of America can receive hundreds of millions of dollars in Medicaid funding after a ban on Medicaid funding to the organization and similar groups expired without congressional action. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act passed last July included a one-year prohibition on Medicaid payments to nonprofits who provide abortions and took in more than $800,000 in such payments in 2023. Ban was initially blocked by the courts, but an appeals court later restored it. Members of Congress failed to reach an agreement by the time it expired. As Americans celebrated 250 years of independence, Iran began the days-long funeral for the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Thousands of mourners gathered in Tehran Saturday. Khamenei, who headed the Islamic regime since 1989, died February 28th in a joint U.S.-Israeli airstrike. Pro-regime demonstrators carried signs calling for the end of the USA and urging "Kill Trump." The crowd also chanted "Death to Israel" and "Death to America." Today, mourners again gathered in Tehran ahead of the funeral procession that will transport Khamenei's body to cities in Iran and Iraq. The alleged shooter in Germany that left 6 people dead reportedly escaped prison in Turkey after being accused of sexual assault. German daily Bild reports the man accused of shooting at a facility which housed vulnerable mothers and their children in Stade was imprisoned in 2021, facing trial for multiple crimes. While awaiting trial, he escaped from prison and is wanted by Turkish authorities. While on the run, the German national also alleged to have committed sexual assault against his own daughter. Authorities have so far downplayed the idea there was any political or religious motivation behind the shooting last week, with police saying it was likely spurred by a custody dispute between the suspect and his child's mother, who was staying in the facility with her daughter at the time. 81 degrees at 5:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
A warm and muggy Monday, a high near 81 degrees, some scattered showers and storms on and off through your afternoon, cloudy skies for the most part. Overnight, isolated rain and thunderstorms, our low 65. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
say moaning, moaning. Shoot 'em down, turn around, come on, moaning.
1310 WDPN, welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Glad you have joined us on this Monday afternoon, 330-821-1310. Don't forget to watch and listen to our show. You can follow us, 1310 WDPN on Facebook, on Twitter, on X, Q92 Radio YouTube channel, Sam Bourquin Show Facebook page. You can also give me a follow on X at Sam Bourquin 16, on Instagram, same deal, and on TikTok at Sam Bourquin 16. All right. No fireworks at the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival Balloon Classic. No fireworks this year.
This show is supposed to be about how your 4th of July weekend was.
Yeah. We
they canceled the fireworks.
We stay in the moment here on this show. Yeah, we talk a lot of sports, but we also talk a lot about other stuff that's going on locally that we think people are interested in. I think this is something that people are interested in.
Yeah, I think America's 250th birthday and all things related to it are a pretty hot topic right now.
So, first of all, if you go to the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook, and I've got the release there through our friends at the Jackson Police Department, it's all there. Comments are there. Read through those. Let me know what you think. I also want to take this time to thank the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival social media folks. I don't know who that is, but thank you for responding to the post and to the comments on the post. And I'm going to read you what they just posted on the Sam Bourquin Facebook page. Again, this is from the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival. We know fireworks are a beloved summer tradition and that there will be many wonderful displays across the region this year for everyone to enjoy. For the Balloon Classic, we're choosing to lean more fully into the popular drone light show, which is something much more unique to our area. We will send 600 drones high into the air while simulcasting them. Now, I'm not going to read, and I would ask kindly that you pull the station off of the post, because we are, we're kind of competitors here a little bit. Myself here with 1310 and, of course, Q92. So I'd kind of appreciate that if you take that off there. But they're excited to create a one-of-a-kind experience for Balloon Classic attendees. Look for a few surprises this year as well. That's from the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival social media team. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. Again, if you want to kind of delete that one line there, or I'll have to take that off. You understand that. So the gist of it is they're going to lean more fully into the popular drone light show, which is, they say, is something much more unique to our area. So we'll see how it goes. Friday night, Saturday night, drone show, Kent State start, and I believe both nights they begin at 10 p.m. What are your thoughts? No fireworks this year at the Balloon Classic. Drone show instead. Pro drone, pro firework. Do you like them both? Do you love them both? Do you like one or the other? Do you not like either? I want to get your thoughts on that here this afternoon.
Oh, Scooter says, sounds like BS to me. We won't be attending.
Sam, love fireworks. I love drones. I, like you, and a lot of others, wish they could do them at the same time. Not sure if that's financially possible or not. David says, very nice. Lots of people now will not show up on Saturday. Oh, well, all good things come to an end. Let's see here. Stacy, that's sad. Many people may pass on the second night. To be honest, interest in the Balloon Classic has already been waning the last 3 years, with weather conditions not allowing the balloons to take off or fly in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we talked about that last hour. And again, that's nobody's fault.
No.
Weather is the weather is the weather.
It's Ohio.
You don't mess with Mother Nature. But, as I've said before, there's a pretty good chance the balloons aren't going to go up. You should have something else in place for the thousands, the tens of thousands of people that show up. What are you going to give them in replacing when the balloons don't go up? What's the entertainment factor there for them?
They'll send the drones up in the shapes of balloons. That's actually not a bad idea.
Tammy Newman, they will definitely lose on people coming out Saturday night. No doubt about that. Kristen, sad to see the fireworks go. I'll give the drone show a chance. Sam, the drone show at the festival has been good the last couple years. Give it a chance. You may like it. Sam, I agree with you 100%. Fireworks way better than drones. Not even close. Raquel, I just told my kids they are distraught. No fireworks at the balloon festival. Crying emoji.
Yeah, I am. If you told me that as a child, I would be furious.
But yeah, again, I do appreciate the folks at the Hall of Fame Festival for answering in on the post. What do you think? Drones, fireworks. Yes, in a perfect world, we would like them both. We would like the simultaneous show.
I don't know. As somebody who was in North Canton on Saturday night, that the neighborhood I was in certainly sounded like there was a fireworks show going on.
Oh, Saturday night was insane.
People will set off fireworks no matter what. So at least there's that.
Right.
Even if the town doesn't have an official one, the town will have a fireworks show via everybody doing it all at the same time, which is great. You got to love that.
Right. Jenna, based off the last drone show I saw, I definitely reconsider, unless they plan on contacting the same company who put on Boston's 4th of July drone show. The drone show I saw previously was child's play in comparison. Ron, I feel like there's so many fireworks events now that it's really not a draw anymore. I don't know. The crowds that I've seen over the years, I think the fireworks are still a really good draw. Or else they wouldn't have done them for all these decades, right? I think the proof is kind of in the pudding there. Drones, fireworks. What say you? What's better? What would you rather see? And again, I don't want people to think, God, you're really coming down hard on the drone stuff here. I'm not coming down on the drone stuff. I'm coming down on the idea that it seems like there's like a slow phasing out of the fireworks because of the drones. And I've seen some good drone shows, but not once did I walk away from a drone show saying that it was better than a fireworks display. Now, I haven't been to many. I've been to a few. I've been to a handful. But again, that's just my opinion. And that's the great thing about our country. You can have your opinion. I can have mine. I respect your opinion. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it, and vice versa.
As I look at,
you know what I mean?
As I look at it through the eyes of an empty suit who only cares about money, I'm assuming they see, oh, this year the drone show will be expensive, but every year after that we'll spend less money than we do on fireworks. So I could see that being a path that some places will take just because they're cheap. But I'm not 100% sure if that is truly, that's what it seems to say. It seems like if you buy the drones and own them, you ultimately save money over the years because you don't have to pay as much every year as fireworks. But I mean, you know,
yeah,
I could see that being a reason people would try to gravitate towards drones over fireworks. But
yeah, and I'm not trying to cause a fight between drones and fireworks people.
No, I think we could coexist. They belong together.
We could do it together. And again, I mean, obviously, it's probably going to take a little bit more money. I'm just kind of, because it's such a big event. It's something that we all look forward to every year, right? Don't we all look forward to the Hall of Fame festival? We do. I think we do. We love going to all the events. Outdoors, indoors. It's part of our deal, right? We're the Hall of Fame city, the Hall of Fame region. And I think that, you know, this is something that we all look forward to. Like I said earlier in the show, we look forward to the enshrinement. We look forward to the game. We look forward to the balloon, the fireworks, the night glow, the first play, the enshrinee civic dinner, the race. We look forward to all of it. And I thought this was a big thing today with this announcement coming up because it's something that affects a lot of people here and also people that'll be coming in, because we do get a ton of people in, obviously, from all over the world, all over the country. Come here to enjoy everything that we have to offer. It's our big, you know, it's our time to kind of put our chest out a little bit and say, hey, look what we can do here. Look what we do in Canton. Look what we do in Stark County. Welcome to the 330, baby. Have some fun with us. Get to know us a little bit, what we do, what we're all about. Guarantee you'll love it. And I can pretty strong guarantee that you'll come back. But the big change this year, no fireworks at Kent Stark with the Balloon Classic. Drone shows Friday night and Saturday night. Get your thoughts in, get your comments in, 330-821-1310. Trying to think, was it last year? When was the first year that the Balloon Classic, they brought in a drone show? Was it 2 years ago was the first one? I want to say. If I'm wrong, please somebody let me know. I don't think they've done it for 3 years. I think last year was the second year.
Yeah, because my
I'm
friends
trying
go
to
to that.
remember, but I think it's been for 2 years.
My friends always go to that, and yeah, I think that sounds right to me because they didn't mention it that long ago that they were adding a drone show. See if
And then I
can
was
look
trying to
that up.
remember, was it just Friday night? Did they do it both nights and then the fireworks after Saturday? After the drone? I just, you know me, I can't remember. I just can't remember. Because if you go back during the festival itself, when they started, I mean, long time ago, folks, some of you may not realize, they used to refer to this as Canton's football's greatest weekend. And it was Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, done. That was it. Now it's 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And you would have which all kind of originated at Thursday's Plaza. And this was like when they called it the Jackson Food Festival, I think is what they called it. And it was basically food trucks, beer trucks. They had one big stage. This was at Thursday's Plaza, by the way, where Plato's Closet and all that stuff is. And, Bubba's. That's where they put the whole thing. Yeah. It was all right there. And they had a big fireworks display. And that was like the kickoff, so to speak. And then the following week was the ribs burn off. And they would do the same thing when it was downtown. They had a couple days of it. It went morning, noon, and night. And then the last night you had the incredible fireworks display. You had the big concerts with the huge acts they used to be able to bring in. So you got two great fireworks displays within 2 weeks. One was the food fest because they hadn't incorporated the balloon jet. They hadn't done that yet. They brought that in later. And then you had what was going on downtown with the ribs burn off. So obviously things have changed a whole lot here the last several years. But that was pretty cool, man. You got two great. I mean, the fireworks were just they were the best of the year. They were better than some of the 4th of July displays. People will tell you that. And things have changed now. There's more events. It's a little bit more spread out. Different things going on. And it goes a little bit longer now. But that's kind of how it was. That's kind of how it was back then. 10 minutes, still the top of the hour. What do you got?
It looks like the first ever drone show for the Balloon Classic was 2024. So
okay, so yeah, this will be the third year, right? So they did it in 24, 25, and now 26.
Yeah.
So I was correct there, and I saw both.
That sounded right to me too.
Yeah. But again, I just thought the fireworks were like, that was the crowd pleaser. That was the crowd that brought the crowd.
Yeah, I'm not here to pick drones over fireworks. I'm a pyromaniac. Fireworks win, but I think the two are great together.
Yeah, I think 100%. 100%. We could these can both coexist.
They can coexist, and they will make each other better by doing so.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're going to take our final break. We're coming up on 52 minutes past the hour. No Guardians tonight. Minnesota will be the opponent the next 3 nights at Target Field in Minneapolis. By the way, we'll check in with Maddie Underwood tomorrow, 4:35, the TV play-by-play voice of the Guardians. He'll be joining us here on the show. That's tomorrow at 4:35. White Sox 47-42. The Guards 47-44. We're just where we started 4 days ago. We're one game out in the division. Soccer tonight. The knockout round continues. USA against Belgium in Seattle. That game will kick off literally at 8 o'clock tonight. It'll be on Fox. Go USA. USA. Congratulations to our all-star representatives from the Guardians, Parker Messick, Travis Bazzana, Chase DeLauder. Shout out to Jackson and Ohio State's Dillon Dingler. He is an all-star representing the Detroit Tigers. Also, Craig Whitaker has been named the new head baseball coach at Fairless High School. Congratulations, Coach Whitaker. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll start to wrap things up here on AM 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Most pests hide in the shadows, just out of sight. But even as they go unnoticed, they can still put our health at risk. Often drawn to food, moisture, and clutter, pests can spread dangerous bacteria, trigger allergies, and also transmit diseases. In our homes, our workplaces, and even outdoors, pests are a serious health and safety threat. Knowing what to look for can help protect your health. Learn more at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Eric Cargill's family has worked the same land for 5 generations.
If a farmer or rancher gets sick, that's downtime in harvest or planting. Animals don't care if you get sick. You know, I have type 1 diabetes. What if my blood sugar crashes and I'm out in the middle, I'm 30 miles from anywhere?
That changed when nurse practitioner John Hodges opened Rawls Family Medicine.
If our clinic were not here, some of our patients would have to drive up to 90 miles to see a healthcare provider.
Healthcare is not a privilege, it's a right for everyone.
I just want to help as many people in the community as I can.
John Hodges keeps us going, all of us, and that's kept our farm and ranch alive, and hopefully into 6 and 7 generations.
How has a nurse impacted your life? Share your story at thepowerofnurses.org.
$1310 WDPN, welcome back to the final couple of minutes of today's edition of the Sam Bourquin Show. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 right here. The Royals beat the Phillies today, I would say, 15-1. Kansas City over Philly. That's the only day game today.
What a close game.
Right. The Royals scored 6 runs in the first. Matter of fact, the Royals scored in every inning of the game today. 6 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 2 in the eighth. 15 runs on 22 hits. Holy smokes. Christopher Sanchez, pitcher for the Phillies today, 3 1/3 innings. He gave up 12 hits and 9 runs. And they were all earned. You know what the crazy thing about this game today? Philadelphia Phillies were minus 210 on the money line. They were more than a 2-1 favorite. And a lot of people got up this morning, got on their betting app and said, Kansas City and Philadelphia? Phillies are 15 games over 500. The Royals are 17 under 500. minus 210. This will be easy. Oops. That's what happens.
Got played for suckers.
That's when you get, that's, I was telling you, got to be careful those big odds. So 15-1, Kansas City beats Philadelphia. World Cup final today. Spain beat Portugal 1-0. Don't forget U.S. and Belgium tonight coming up, 8 o'clock out in Seattle. Right now, the odds have the United States plus 140. Belgium is in at plus 190. What else do I got here for you? The 2026 high school football preview hosted at the Men's Club at St. Barnabas Church. Mark this down. It's a little bit later than normal. This year it's going to be on August the 12th. Again, it'll be at the Crassus Event Center. You know where that is. St. Barnabas Church over there on 25th Street. Again, the high school football panel will be there. All the coaches from all of the area teams will be there. They'll do the buffet dinner, social hour, and all that. Get your tickets. Those are on sale now. And, of course, Q92, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1310 WDPN and Q92 Sports will be broadcasting live from the preview that day at St. Barnabas Church, probably around 3 o'clock that afternoon. So looking forward to that. Okay. Whew, now we can all take a breath. That was a busy day, busy show. I think we talked more Hall of Fame festival today than we did sports, but that's okay. Guards are off. Nothing going on with LeBron today. So we had some other stuff to talk about today, and we sure did that.
They shouldn't have canceled those fireworks.
Hey, if you want some good reading, Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. Check it out. Leave your comments. Thanks to Rainsburg. Great job as always. Thanks to all of you for calling, emailing, texting, and listening and commenting and all those cool things. We really appreciate that each and every day. And we'll come back tomorrow at 3. We'll do it all over again right here on 1310. Until then, and as always, go Browns, go Bucks, go Guards, go Cavs. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.